Good morning, Secret Society ladies. I'm just going to give you show you a quick video on how to iron on your transfer for your first block. It's very simple, but there are a few rules. When you get your transfer sheet, there might just be a line on it because of the way it was printed. If you ever see any lines or extra bits on that shouldn't be there, chop them off, because they will actually show on your work. They won't always be there, but I'm just giving you a little warning. So you take those lines off. You need a very firm, flat surface. A posh springy ironing board doesn't do the job. It's too springy, it needs to be pressed. I'm a great fan of these wall pressing sheets, but they are very expensive. They're not necessary. So, you know, a glass tea towel over a chopping board, a glass chopping board or a wooden chopping board would be fine, but I'm using this wool mat at the present here. Okay, I've got a cheap iron. I have got a posh super duper iron. This is actually not a very nice iron at all, but it does the job perfectly for red work. But it has to be hot, and you just can't turn it on and think it's going to work. You have to turn it on and then activate the iron and make sure it's at its hottest setting. Now, very few of you, in my experience, I find that people don't turn it up hot enough, and that causes distress because you tell me it doesn't work. So I know that's nice and hot, and I'm just going to put my transfer down on the middle of my linen, and I'm just going to hold it in place with a flat pin. Did you see that? It's a flat-headed pin, so if the iron goes over it, it doesn't matter, it doesn't go over a bump. And then I'm going to press this, and I'm going to not move the paper yet. I'm just going to make sure I've pressed it all over, and then I'm just going to check. Do you see? I just checked that it's all coming out, not in that corner there. So the hottest part of the iron is the middle of the plate. So make sure that's looking good. So did you notice I didn't pick the whole paper up? I just kept the iron down and double checked. Little spot over here, and there you are. A lovely transfer. Do you see how lovely that is? And if you do have some little faded marks on it that you can't see, just mark them in with a pen or a pencil. A Pigma pen I use, but that's your transfer. And that will transfer up to 6 times. And it transferred that beautifully because I had a really hot iron. Now, if your transfer is not working, I promise you your ironing board is too springy or your iron is not hot enough.